Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Shermaine, aka Termigan, is coming at y'all with some Titanfall 2 today. It's actually pretty dope. This is my first game on the PlayStation 4, so you're gonna see a lot of miscues and mishaps that are pretty funny. But it was badass that I actually played on the PlayStation and I didn't feel any hiccups, so the servers are working fine on my end at least. And I'm looking forward to playing with my brothers and sisters this coming weekend, especially my boy Salty. Man, we got to get that shit happening, dog. But I actually had a video ready to go before I decided to make this one, which is funny. So I'm gonna have to make a little bit of make some changes on that one before I release that. But what I want to talk about in this video is the feedback changes that will be implemented in the second weekend of the tech test. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it from Respawn's blog, and let me just say this right off the bat: it's so funny to me how people are flaky as fuck, just flip-flopping flaky ass motherfuckers, because I guarantee you everything that they complained about, mostly everything they complained about, was exactly what they wanted to be changed in Titanfall 1. But anyways, let's get to it. Over this past weekend, we've heard a lot of passionate feedback from Titanfall fans. Even though the tech test build is a couple of months old, we learned some valuable things based on your feedback. Some of the changes have already been addressed and will be updated for weekend 2 of the tech test, with other changes making it into the final game. Pilot mobility. Many players are wondering why we changed the mobility from Titanfall 1. We identified two major issues we wanted to solve in Titanfall 2. The first is the lack of player predictability will often cause players to be shot from the back or sides. While flanking is an important part of the game, or important part of gameplay, death often felt random instead of skillful. The second issue is that close-range firefights were often overly chaotic due to the erratic player movement, so changes to pilot mobility stemmed from a desire to improve our gunplay and not a desire to slow down movement. We'll be tuning airspeed and wall run speed to be faster. And just like I said, so they just stated right there that people were complaining that the game was too chaotic. You couldn't predict where people were going to be, and it had no flow. So they wanted structure and organization in their game, basically, is what people wanted as a remedy. They wanted to restrict your gameplay experience by toning down pretty much everything that makes Titanfall from the pilot standpoint. They didn't want people to be jump shotting, to be jumping off of walls in close range combat, and you getting killed by that way. Which, I mean, fuck, if you get outplayed like that, you get fucking outplayed. I mean, you can do the same thing. It's right there. It's an even playing field. Both players have the ability to wall run on anything, wall climb, double jump, but because the general public thought that was too chaotic and it felt less skillful than to die like that, then it felt less skillful to get a kill like that, and you felt like the better player didn't win because you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's the dumbest shit ever, man. I hate it. I knew this was gonna happen. So basically, all the changes that they made to pilot mobility, I shouldn't say all of them, but some of the changes that they made, they're gonna have to retcon them back to what was originally how it was designed in the first game, even though people complained about that in the first game. I mean, get the fuck out of here, man. I can't stand that shit. While investigating this point, we discovered some unintended side effects that were causing players to lose momentum while wall running. This is actually something that I talked to Phil of the Future about, that a normal, a player that's not used to Titanfall would never notice that, would never even know that was different. But now they're changing it back to players should once again accumulate and maintain more speed while chaining wall runs. So you're going to get around the map faster, which should therefore make the game faster and make it more chaotic, which is what people didn't want originally. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck. I feel so bad for Respawn when it comes to feedback, because they have their hands tied. It's like, we designed this game to be exactly what people were like the opposite of what people were complaining about. Now people want the opposite of what we instituted, and then change it back to the first one. Like, it's just, they got their hands tied. They got the knife up to their throat, and it's just like, what do we want? What can we do? What can we do? Titan meter. We made some changes in Titanfall 2 with the goal of rewarding players for playing game mode objectives. However, we observed the problem that players can try to play the objective but fail, resulting in slower than intended Titan acquisition. We still want objectives to be the fastest way to get a Titan, but the goal of every player being guaranteed a Titan per match hasn't changed. This is something that they've actually instituted during the first weekend when they changed amped hardpoint. So if you actually amped the hardpoint, like if you're the only dude that amped the hardpoint, right? Everyone else went out, you didn't get rewarded because I was that fucking guy, right? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with helping out the team like that. But now you're gonna get a nice, I think I said 14%. I'm not sure if that's, you know, correct or accurate or whatever, but you're gonna get, you know, a nice little boost on your charge timer for playing the objective, and I like that. And they've already made changes to that before, you know, this incoming weekend. They made changes during the tech test. That's awesome. So I'm really glad that you know, people are going to get rewarded for playing the objective. And the change that they made is pilots will once again acquire a small passive amount of Titan meter every few seconds, which is fine. I mean, you can have a timer if you want, or you can, you know, do it a different way, which is what they did. So basically, they want you to earn your Titan, which is pretty fucking hilarious that people complain about that. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I myself complained about the charge time. I said I think there needs to be a slight redesign, because if I get 5 kills in a row and don't die and I still am nowhere near my Titan, I think that's a problem. I think I shouldn't be penalized for that, for getting 5 kills in a row. See, the way the charge timer works is really simple. You get a kill, you lose a percent a second. So the game is encouraging you. It's designed to get you moving, because if people camp, then theoretically they will never get a Titan, because the amount of time that they have to wait between kills will be so vast and so great that they would never have enough time to accumulate 100% charge, because you would constantly be losing charge time. Right? That's fine. I like that. But people are complaining that you have to earn your Titans. Are you fucking serious? You have to earn your Titans instead of getting one off a build timer? That's fine. With the build timer, everyone's guaranteed probably 2 Titans a match. Now you're not guaranteed a Titan at all. I mean, the idea that it says, but the goal of every player being guaranteed a Titan per match hasn't changed. There's been plenty of matches where I played and I haven't got a single Titan, because I've been staying alive the whole time, and I've been punished for it. I've been punished for not moving around. That's fine. I can live with that. But it's just ridiculous that people are complaining about earning your Titan. It's the same as a fucking kill streak. I mean, come on now. Would you rather get 6 kills? You need 7. You need 1 more to get that kill streak, die, and then have to start all over, or get 6, die, and then need 1 more again, or 2 more. Come on now. But I'm fine with a small passive amount of Titan meter. All they had to do, really, if they wanted to do something small, a different idea, is just don't eliminate the charge reduction, or, you know, decrease it. Don't make it so aggressive where it's 1 charge percent a second. Make it like 1% every 3 seconds, every 5 seconds, something like that. But that's changing, so we should see more Titans on the field. Titan survivability. This is one of the more complex issues to address for several reasons. First, we changed from Titans having energy shields to having a new Titan battery system, which we believe improves rodeo gameplay and rewards teamwork. In Titanfall 1, rodeo was lethal to Titans, forcing players to disembark and engage in a 50-50 fight. That's sort of half true, and I'll get to that in a minute. In Titanfall 2, the rodeo pilot steals a battery and damages an enemy Titan. If they can give that battery to a friendly Titan, the Titan receives a shield and the pilot gets Titan meter points. As players become more familiar with the system, we expect the Titans will live longer. This is an area we will continue to monitor leading up to launch. Another factor is that the balance of Titan gameplay in the tech test build is heavily affected by the limited amount of content we've released in the build. For example, some Titans that aren't in the tech test have strong defensive abilities, certain Titan kits provide defensive upgrades, and even pilots have a boost that can improve their Titan defenses. Lastly, there has been a lot of tuning since the tech test build that will tone down the amount of damage many weapons deal to Titans. So first off, the whole disembark and engage in a 50-50 fight, that's only true if you don't have a get off me mechanism. If you don't have a damage mitigation mechanism, then that's true. So if you have a cluster missile, you will damage yourself in your Titan, but you have a get off me you have a way to get someone off you. You have a get off me mechanic, basically like a Shoryuken or something. You have something that will force them off of you, whether they kill them or get them off you, whatever. But it's going to get them off you. Electric smoke obviously is the most prime example, but the cluster missile works as well. I think rocket salvo works as well. But other than that, you have no get off me mechanic. So then you have to get out and disembark. And usually if they're going to specifically kill you and do a lot of rodeos, they're going to satchel charge your ass and kill you. So that sucks. But at the same time, when you have, it's kind of like a meta game. Like, you gotta predict if they're gonna get off. Shoot your cluster missile, go up, don't even touch it. They'll jump off, and then you have the advantage. So it's not necessarily always a 50-50 fight, but if you don't have any of those Shoryukens, then yeah, you're gonna have to get off unless you want to die. So that's perfectly fine. And let me get this on wax if you've actually fucking sat and listened to the video this far. I like the new battery system. You know, I was the one that was like, I still do think Titans are kind of weak, and I think pilots are extremely dangerous now in this game, but I'm fine with adapting. Like, I like it. I think it's a very different take on Titan combat, and I do think that it's going to be badass to see when we have, you know, you get your homeboys playing together, stealing batteries, giving it to you. I think it's a nice complex system that is going to reward players a lot for you know, helping each other out. I like it. I really like it. And you know, this is something I'll talk about later, but I mean, you gotta fucking adapt. I mean, not everything's gonna be designed the way you wanted it to, and you gotta get the fuck over that. I mean, shit. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, and I know people are complaining about, and one of the things I was like, God damn, like, this shit sucks. Like, an ion on ion fight, right? Those two Titans, your vortex shield does jack shit. Like, it does nothing. I mean, it'll intercept and mitigate damage, but you don't reflect anything back because it's energy. Whereas the Scorch, you know, he's shooting this like kind of like ball. It's like a grenade or something. That thermite shit. You can throw that back. But other than that, like, that's kind of it. But I'm not tripping about that. I mean, the Vortex Shield's still going to be great against other Titans. You know, it's just these two Titans, they're not that great against. I mean, fuck, it's a matchup, okay? It's not like every move is going to be, you know, fantastic. Jesus Christ, you know. Toning down the amount of damage many weapons deal to Titans, I'm fine with that because, like I said, I think that pilots are very fucking dangerous to Titans now. Whether that be long range and you don't have a way to deal with that, or even at close range, holy shit. Titan mobility. We've reduced the number of baseline dashes by 1 compared to Titanfall 1, but all Titans have access to a new Titan kit that provides an additional dash, which is true. I mean, the Ogre only had 1 dash. You couldn't do anything about that. If you used the Ogre, you knew that, and you had a game plan around that. You had to change your playstyle and adapt your playstyle around that. I mean, it's the same thing. If you want another dash that bad, there is a kit specifically there to give you another dash, which I use because I like being able to dash around and strafe around. This is to balance new mobility over defensive options, or defensive options available, I should say, to specific Titans. The tech test build, however, doesn't include our fastest Titan, which is probably the Ronin. Despite our confidence in our top-end speed, we have heard your feedback that Ion and Scourge feel too slow. Titan dashes will recharge faster. I'm fine with faster recharge. I just didn't want them to give everyone a fucking second dash. That would be just, you know, that'd be too much. Faster charge time, I'm fine with that. I mean, there was a kit for that in Titanfall 1 as well. But I mean, you got so used to it that you didn't really need it. Unless you really wanted it. Map design. Some of the tech test players have asked if the relatively flat and open design of Homestead is indicative of a new direction for Titanfall, and the answer is no. So, these players were complaining about Homestead. I like how it said only Homestead, not fucking whatever the other map name is, because it's, you know, they're two very, very different maps. So it's like, okay, let's pick the shittiest map out of the two and say, oh, of all these maps gonna be like this, then fuck that. It's just like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking clowns. When designing maps, we strive to make them unique experiences. Holy shit, imagine that. For example, Homestead changes things up by creating islands of pilot gameplay where long-range weapons can be effective. The upcoming weekend, a new map, forward-based Kodai, will be available to play. There's a wide variety of maps for the final game. We'll be showcasing more maps over the next couple of weeks on our website, including more in traditional Titanfall maps. It is like, guys, what the fuck? I mean, this is one thing Phil in the future and I talked about. I'm like, out of all the things, I'm not worried about maps at all. I mean, in every Call of Duty game, is all the maps perfect? No. In every Battlefield game, are all the maps perfect? No. In every Halo game, no. There's gonna be some bad apples. I mean, holy fuck. There's opposite ends of the spectrum in Titanfall 1. Angel City is fucking really compact. I mean, really compact. Whereas Fracture, those were the two beta maps showed off in Titanfall 1. There are polar opposites. I mean, it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing in this tech test. Homestead is Fracture, open as fuck. I mean, super open. I love Fracture. I like Homestead as well. Whereas Angel City and I think it's Boomtown is called, they're really compact. They're two different things, man. They're gonna be, you know, mix and match, pick your batch. There's gonna be fuckloads of different variants in the game, just like there was in vanilla. I mean, come on, man. Just say, oh, all the maps gonna be like this after playing 2 of them. 2 out of the probably 18 or something. Come on. I mean, fuck. Jesus Christ, man. I can't. I mean, you just find it simple because this gun is this good. Does that mean all the weapons are gonna be this good? You know, fucking shit, man. Jesus. Anyways, the HUD. We've read player feedback about the HUD feeling too busy. At launch, Titanfall 2 will have menu options that allow player to turn these features on or off based on their individual preferences. Additionally, there have been concerns about enemy outlines making players too easy to see at a distance. We think this is an important feature for friend and foe identification with a substantial amount of visual customization that will be available at launch in Titanfall 2. And the remedy is we're going to bring in fade distance for enemy outlines so they don't reveal pilots at extreme distances. I like that. I like that. You know, you shouldn't be able to just track someone by, like, if you're going to track someone, it shouldn't be made easier for you. Feel what I'm saying? And finally, the conclusion. Thanks again very much. Blah, 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 blah. That's basically, you know, same shit. Thanks again. So far, I'm okay with these changes. Again, the majority of the changes are coming from extremely negative people that want the game designed entirely their way. Some of the arguments are completely justified. I mean, you just got to talk to an OG and they'll let you know straight up. But at the same time, like, the game can't be entirely for us dedicated few, but not entirely for, you know, bringing in the new players. And, you know, that's something that's been talked about for forever in every sort of sequel. But I have confidence that Respawn will find, you know, a nice middle ground. Like I said before, no matter how good the game is, people are not going to play it. People are going to shelf it. I don't fucking care, really. I don't care if they play or not. I just want the community to grow. That's the most I can ask for. It's get a nice PlayStation community. Let's all come together and play the game, nurture the franchise. That's all I want. I don't give a literal fuck about what anyone else says. Really, I don't. I don't care. I don't care what any sort of site says about the game and shit like that, and all these YouTubers, you know, with these fucking thumbnails. Oh, the game sucks. This game, blah, blah. Fuck those people, man. You shouldn't even fucking waste a second with those kinds of people. But, you know, whatever. Quick recap. I like the HUD changes. That's fine. The map design, I'm not even fucking worried about that. That's like the least of my concerns. Titan dashes will recharge faster. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm glad they didn't go to the extreme and give everyone 2 fucking, you know, dashes. I'm cool with that. Titans do feel, you know, a tad bit slow. Titan survivability, I like that. I hope it's not too extreme though, because I do want, you know, a nice harmony to be in place. As a pilot, you should feel like you have a chance to kill a Titan, but you shouldn't feel like you have a chance to kill it in 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, in this game, Titanfall 2, man, all it takes is 3 rodeos and that shit is gone. Gonzo. Not only that, you can just stay at very far ranges, pick them off with a charge rifle, because it's probably the best fucking anti weapon in the game out of all of Titanfall. And you just pick and pop. I mean, boom, 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 boom. You're getting constant charge timer, and you're taking their health off of all things. And if they can't find a battery anytime soon, man, they're fucked. The next Titan they run into is going to take them down. Pilots will once again acquire a small passive amount of Titan meter. That's fine. You know, the more and more I think about it, I'm really okay with the Titan charge timer, with earning your Titans. I mean, what a fucking novel concept. Having to earn shit in a game. Jesus Christ. Either that or decrease the amount of percentage loss instead of 1 per second, like 1 per 5 seconds or something like that. You know, that's going to need some strict numbers testing. Players should accumulate and maintain more speed when chaining wall runs. We'll turn up the airspeed and wall running speed to be faster. You know, this is the primary shit that people complained about in vanilla, but you know, whatever. That's about it, you guys. Really long video, but I needed to get these on wax. I needed to share them with you all and get my ideas out here. These are kind of off the top of the dome. You know, I didn't sit around and really go in. These are kind of like what I'm feeling from reading this, but overall I'm pretty happy with the change. Again, it sucks that they basically had to redesign everything that they designed for this game to be appealing to the people that complained about the shit that was in Titanfall 1 to not be in Titanfall 2, and now they want that back in Titanfall 2. I mean, whatever, fuck those people. If you made it this far in the video, fucking thank you. I know nobody has. But if you're going to voice a suggestion, please do it in an intelligent manner. Do not be another whining fucking child waving your flag around saying this sucks, this sucks. No, provide a solution and think about everything that changes. Okay? So that's going to do it for me, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name is